Alright, so today we have a good old-fashioned first impressions video. I was thinking about the other day how crazy it is that now first impressions are just like a total normal, super common thing on YouTube. But I remember when It's Judy's Time first did a first impressions video and it was like mind-blowing, and I'm pretty sure she started the whole thing. That's pretty cool. Kudos to Judy, because now everyone's doing it, you know? Here I am. So I'm just testing out a bunch of new makeup in this video, high-end drugstore. It's a full face of first impressions, so if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. Just a reminder, the W hoodie is for sale right now. I will link it down below, and let's get into the first impressions, shall we? Okay, first impression time. So I have two different primers here that I'm very curious about. First one, which one are you doing? First one's Tula Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel. Silicone free. Long-term skincare benefit, so that's great. Silicone primers usually break me out, but it looks like a silicone. Like it has that kind of like jelly texture. Smells very fresh. So I'm curious about that one, and then I also am curious about this new Lorac Pro Skin Glass Skin Primer. Anything that says glass skin, I'm like, you got me, okay? So maybe I'll do half face with each primer. I've been testing the Tula Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer for a while, and this one is crazy because with some foundations, I swear it gives more coverage, but then with other ones, it just makes it look kind of cakey, so it's like really hit or miss, but it does add this like really crazy kind of blurring thing. It's tinted, so I can't wear this like on its own. It definitely darkens my face too much. Oh, wow, I love the packaging of this so much. It's like ceramic matte. That is beautiful. It says it has a ceramide blend, soft water texture, feather light, skin looks smooth as glass, and feels perfectly pampered, suitable for all skin types. So I could maybe even put this on underneath this one. I don't know. We'll see. It does sound very liquidy, like when I'm shaking it. So let's start off with the Lorac one on half my face. Super liquidy. It looks like a serum. I might have just got too much. It feels like a very light serum. It does feel pretty moisturizing, like a little bit greasy actually. So if you have oily skin, I don't think this would be for you. I'm gonna spread it all over. It just feels like a serum, so I think it's gonna be fine. Has like more of a slick feel. I'm definitely gonna have to give this a minute to sink into my skin because it's feeling very oily. Before I go in with the other primer, let's talk about the sponge I'm gonna be using. So this is a new brand to me, the Hailey's, I think it's just called Hailey's Beauty sponge. This is what it looks like, not wet. I have already dampened this one, so it got quite a bit bigger. Feels very nice and soft. And I also have a couple new Juno & Co sponges to try. The Lavender Velvet and the Lemon Drop. This one says it's 50% softer than the original Velvet, which is the blue one. This one says it's 30% softer. I did a video testing the original Juno & Co sponge, so if you want to see that, I'll link it in the eye down below. Sometimes I'll use it for powder every now and then. It's not like something that I reach for all the time. Okay, so let's see how my face is feeling. Okay, it's definitely sunk in a bit more, so that's good. It does still feel like a little bit slippery. I'm going to give it just another minute to make sure it's like fully sunk in, so maybe this is the kind of thing that you would want to apply when you're doing your skincare, like 20 minutes or so before makeup. I'm going to take the Tula primer now, and I might just put this around my pores since it is more of a blurring primer. At least that's what I think. And kind of press that in. Just says Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel, so it's not really supposed to be blurring, but I'm going to apply a little right between my eyebrows. Feels like it's layering fine on top of that Lorac. And I like that this doesn't have a super dry feel to it, actually. It feels nice and soft. I feel like I'm going to have to test that one a few more times. By the way, I do have a Tula code. I think it gives you 10% off or something like that. I'll have that down below if you are interested in trying any Tula products. I love their Rose Glow Under Eye Balm. That is bomb. And one of their face masks. I'll link both of those that I recommend down below. But I've talked about this on Instagram stories. This is not sponsored, but I do love those products. Okay, so for foundation, I want to try this number 7 Advanced All-in-One Foundation. So I actually gave my mom one of these shades. They sent a bunch of shades and I gave her a darker one, and she wore it when I was in San Diego and it looked really good on her and she really liked it. So I am excited for this one now. It's in the shade Cool Vanilla. It says hydrating and age-defying medium coverage foundation with SPF 50. So I love that that has SPF in it. Hopefully this shade works. So I'm going to do one side with a brush, one side with the Hailey Beauty sponge. Let's start out with the sponge. I'm curious. This feels so squishy and like bouncy. It kind of feels like the AOA, the Shop Miss A one. Oh, also this one got way softer when I wet it, like just feeling it dry. I thought it was going to be a little bit hard, and then once you wet it, it totally changes. Usually I'll use sponges to kind of like go over the finish after I've used a brush. So with this sponge, we're getting, I would say, light coverage with this foundation, but it looks nice on the skin. Kind of just looks like a tinted moisturizer. So it is a bit dark looking at my neck. Let's try it with a brush. I'm gonna use this It Cosmetics one. Oh yeah, I can already tell. I'm gonna get way more coverage with the brush. I'm getting medium coverage on this side, light coverage on that side. The finish looks really pretty. I want to see if this is buildable, and I also want to even out the coverage. So I'm going to go back in with a sponge, or with not a sponge, a brush on this side. See if I can build up the coverage at all. The finish looks really pretty. I almost feel like this is one of those that I don't totally need to go over the brush, because the finish with the brush looks really pretty too. Looks very smooth and does look kind of like plumping. Ooh, this is pretty. I thought this was the lightest shade, but maybe there's one lighter. If there is, I would definitely be a shade lighter. Hopefully there is, because you can see the difference. I'm just kind of pulling it all the way down my neck. If you're a sponge person, this one does feel very nice, like super soft, super squishy. Yeah, that foundation looks really pretty. If you like medium coverage, it just looks very natural on the skin. I can definitely still see stuff coming through, but it's sitting like a soft satin kind of finish. It does look a bit blurring, and I like how my forehead looks a lot. So I have the Haley's Revive Concealer Cream. I have no idea if this shade is going to match me. Let's see. Oh, that looks kind of light. Yeah, that should work. This is in the shade Fair Neutral. Let's try this out. I like the packaging of this. Very unique. It's like sleek. The wand reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Let's see how quick that dries. I think I'm going to try one side blending out with the Dunecone sponge, and then the other side with a brush. So let's try sponge on this side. Okay, I feel like I can't totally blend with this thing. It's hard to like blend out right underneath your eye. This concealer is drying down pretty quickly, so I'm glad I didn't do both eyes at one time. That shade is very brightening so far. So good. I like that. This one I'm feeling like I'm liking enough just off of first impressions to where I would want to try this again. So I'm just going to bring a tiny bit on the center of my face. I'm just going to blend out with the sponge because I don't want it to be too heavy. Okay, I'm going to try the Haley's Retouch Perfecting Powder. So this is what I'm really excited to try because Juicy Jazz, she raves about this, and that's why I wanted to try this brand in the first place. So I'm going to try this first on my face and then see what we're going to do about the under eyes, just because usually loose powders don't work on my under eyes. Oh, this actually has a color to it. I thought it was going to be translucent. It doesn't look like there's a shade on here, so I'm assuming this just comes in one color. It looks like it might be a bit yellow, but let's first try it on my face. Whoa, yeah, the shade is definitely a little bit off for me. I don't know if that's, yeah, that's showing up. It does have some coverage because you can definitely see the difference. Okay, now it's like turning kind of orange. The shade just doesn't work for my skin tone, unfortunately, but let's see how the finish looks. It does look very soft, especially around my pores. It looks pretty blurred. For some reason on this side, it's not looking as good. So like doing something patchy now. Just to kind of fix this powder situation, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. I'm just trying to use this one up since I'm almost out. This does add some coverage, so hopefully this will kind of just even things out. Powder's on, brows are on. I didn't have a new brow product to try, so I just used the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in Blackest Brown. I do have a new bronzer to try. This is the Sun Puppy Bronze by Too Faced. Interesting packaging. Not sure how I feel about that. So I'm just gonna give it a swirl. Looks kind of like a blush. Looks like a peach blush. Yeah, wait, I'm confused. So I'm gonna take a touch of my Makeup Revolution. Okay, so these blushes are new from MAC. They're freaking amazing. It's the So Natural Glow Play blush. This is my favorite shade. These are like bouncy blushes, kind of like ColourPop or like the Bare Minerals ones. A little bit less creamy than the Bare Minerals, but I'm going to use the other, just like the side of the Juno & Co. and try and apply it with this. See how it goes. I usually like using a sponge to apply this, not damp, just a dry one. So I'm just going to press it on with this sponge. I don't know, this one just feels kind of hard to me. It's like not quite bouncy enough and like soft on the face. This is a new highlighter from Laura Mercier. It's in the shade Affection. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Look at that rose imprint. It reminds me of the Burberry one. Okay, that looks pretty. That's really pretty. I don't know if it's worth, you know, the high-end price because I feel like I have drugstore highlights that look pretty similar, but it is really pretty and nothing to complain about there. I'm just gonna use the same sponge and kind of Make sure it's all blended. So if you saw my Milani One Brand tutorial, you know that I mentioned knowing that somewhere in this makeup room the Make It Dewy setting spray existed, and turns out I have a brand new one that was in my like to try bin. So here it is. We're gonna try it in this video. I'm gonna shake it up. I feel like I've already tried this, but maybe not. Maybe I've only tried the black one. So as you can see, after all of that powder, I'm looking pretty matte. I'm definitely like super matte from here down because I put powder everywhere. I kept right here without powder. So I would say I'm looking like satin on my forehead and then pretty matte on the bottom right now. So we'll see how much dew this adds. Super fine mist. Got dried down very quickly and it smells super floral. I actually don't mind the scent, but it's definitely fragranced. Ooh, that had a nice glow. Yeah, I'm looking actually much more dewy. It's weird because it doesn't feel like anything's really coming out. Oh, I kind of like that. It's very lightweight. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to like cover everything, cover my bases. It dries almost instantly, like literally in about 5 to 10 seconds, which I feel like is pretty unique for a dewy setting spray. I like the finish of it. It looks very pretty. Why haven't I tried that? Why haven't I been using that? So I'm just priming my eyes with the old paint pot because we're gonna be trying out a new palette. Can't find a name on this one, but it's this Milani palette. And these shades look gorgeous. I'm kind of into like a pink, and I think I also want to put this on the lid, which is like a copper thing from Pixie. Rose Gold is the shade. So I think I'm just going to do a combo of like the pinks with some of the warmer shades. I'm going to start off with Peach Buzz right here and put that into the crease. Oh, Peach Fuzz. Got a lot of that. I'm looking at my skin down here now that I have the setting spray on, and if the shade was right, it looks really pretty. Like it doesn't look powdery at all. I feel like that Milani thing did something friggin' magical to the skin. I'm going to take Rose Soiree, which is like a pink shade, on that same brush and kind of just add a bit more pink to the crease. That shade is really pretty. On my finger, I'm going to take Ethereal. I don't know what this is. I might need a brush and I might need to wet this. It's like a dry foil. Okay, I think I actually need to put something down under that. What am I taking? Old Fashioned maybe? That shade feels really soft. That one I had to build up quite a bit. That was that shade. Now I'm going to take Overbaked. And I'm just blowing that into the crease, but keeping it pretty low. We'll put Ethereal on the inner corner, but first I'm going to go in with this Pixie shadow. Actually, it looks pretty similar to the Ethereal shade that I first put down, just like the tone of it. Okay, that's pretty. Ooh, that is pretty. I just want to deepen up right here a bit, so I'm going to go back in with Overbaked. I'm just kind of lightly blending it into that glitter. Okay, I feel like a white on the waterline is going to look really pretty with this look, so I'm just going to pop some of that on. Now we're Santa Monica Boulevard. And then for the lower lash line, I think I want to take maybe no, I'm not in the purple mood. Oh, that could look cool. No, I think I want to keep it with the pinks. I'm going to take Sangria. With a brush, I'm going to dip into Ethereal, glittery pink one, whatever this is. This does feel like you need to wet it. It's like pretty dry feeling. I don't know how I feel about that shade. I don't know what's happening with that, the formula of that one. Okay, never mind. I'm going to take, what should I take? What highlight did I use? Let's take the Laura Mercier highlight. It's kind of my go-to, like when I don't know what to put on the inner corner. Let's take the same face highlight I used that day and press it on. I just realized I had this brow pen in dark brown. It's the Brow Pro Micro from Rimmel. I actually didn't do a whole lot in the front like I normally do, so maybe I'll try and just add a few strokes since we have it here and I've been wanting to try this. So I'm just going to start in the front. Hopefully the shade is okay. Okay. So here's the shade of that. Looks like a nice color, especially like for the front. It did feel a little bit on the dry side, but I kind of like that for the front because you don't want too much. Hopefully it's not one of those that like dries out really quick because it kind of feels like it might. This I am very curious to try. It's the Rimmel Volume on Demand mascara because this looks like kind of similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex where it has that same kind of shape. And I love really volumizing mascaras. I just paused to have a mini peppermint York Patty moment. Off the bat, this is kind of odd. Not a lot of product is coming off of here at all and it feels very dry. Looks just like kind of natural and wispy. Not my kind of thing. Yeah, this one's a no. I'm going to layer on some Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume. I'm still kind of testing this to see what I think of it. I did a makeover video at Charlotte Tilbury where the employee gave me a makeover and I filmed it. So I'll link that in the eye down below, but he used this mascara. That Rimmel one just wasn't very black either. I don't know if it was that Tulip primer or the foundation, but I will say, whatever is right here, it does look super smooth. Like I can't see pretty much any texture. I might try this kind of rosy shade. This is BH Cosmetics Liquid Linen in Jacqueline. This is very spring. I'm kind of feeling it though. I'm ready. How are you guys feeling? If you saw my lipstick declutter video, I talked about some of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas in that video too, and this is definitely one of them, the BH Cosmetics Liquid Linen. It's long lasting, not like overly drying. They have some really beautiful shades. It's affordable. That looks pretty. This is like a very pretty spring rosy kind of color. I'm into that. Okay, so this is the final look. I feel like usually when I do first impressions videos on like a full face, I have more things that I don't like than I do like. But I think this was one of those rare times where I actually found, I feel like, a lot of winners that I'm excited to keep kind of like playing around with and testing some more. So like I said, my base, I'm going to have to kind of like break down those products and test them individually because I feel like a lot of them. I don't know if this is totally worth it. I'm not super into that like greasy feeling, and I would rather just have a dewy kind of primer I can put on and just go in with my foundation like a minute later and not wait a ton of time. This palette from the shades I tried, pretty. Like I liked the matte shades. I like how the look turned out, but this shade I wasn't a fan of. I feel like you could recreate a pretty similar look with just a pink shadow and a warm brown, you know? Those aren't like super rare shades that I really used because the main star of the show was the Pixie eyeshadow, which is beautiful, and I feel like I'm definitely going to get some more use out of this. I love glitter liquid eyeshadows. I think it's just the easiest way to get some glitter on your lids without having the mess. So I'll have everything linked down below. Also, the last time I wore these earrings, I got some questions about them. I always link my earrings down below too, like even these ones, all the ones I can find. I got most of them off of Etsy, so I always link them down below. But these ones I got off of Amazon. I've had them for a couple years now, and they haven't like turned colors or anything. So I think they're pretty good quality, and I just like how like dainty and kind of small they look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.